If you have no friends, people often assume something is wrong, that you're antisocial, broken, or missing out on life. But psychology tells a very different story. In many cases, having no close friends isn't a weakness at all. It's a misunderstood pattern that often comes with rare inner strengths most people never develop. If you've ever felt alone but deeply self-aware, calm in solitude, or selective about who you let in, this isn't a flaw. It's a signal. And today, we're going to explore 5 rare strengths that often show up when someone has no friends. First strength, you have an unusually strong sense of self. Psychology shows that people who spend more time alone tend to develop clearer internal identity. When you're not constantly adjusting yourself to fit into group dynamics, you get to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You make decisions based on values, not pressure. You don't need constant validation to know who you are. Many people shape their personality around the people they're with. You didn't. You had the space to ask, what do I actually believe? What do I actually want? That kind of self-definition is rare, and it's the foundation of confidence that doesn't collapse when approval disappears. Being alone didn't erase you. It helped you meet yourself. Second strength, you're emotionally self-sufficient. Research indicates that people with fewer social dependencies often develop stronger emotional regulation skills. When something hurts, you don't immediately run to distractions or reassurance. You process it. You sit with it. You learn from it. This doesn't mean you don't feel deeply. It means you've learned how to hold your own emotions without outsourcing them. While others panic at being alone with their thoughts, you've built the ability to self-soothe, reflect, and recover independently. That's not emotional coldness. That's emotional resilience. And it's something many people never learn because they're always leaning on others to stabilize them. Third strength, you're highly selective, not socially incapable. Psychology shows that social withdrawal isn't always about rejection. Sometimes it's discernment. Many people have friends simply to avoid loneliness, even if those relationships drain them. You didn't choose that path. If you have no friends, there's a strong chance you value depth over quantity. You don't enjoy surface-level bonding, forced conversations, or social roles that require pretending. So you opt out. This selectiveness protects your energy, your time, and your integrity. You'd rather have no connection than a false one. That ability to wait for what aligns instead of settling for what's available is a quiet form of self-respect. Fourth strength, you have a deep inner world. Research on introversion and solitude suggests that time alone often enhances creativity, insight, and complex thinking. When your mental space isn't crowded with noise, it becomes rich with ideas, imagination, and perspective. You notice patterns others miss. You reflect deeply on experiences. You connect dots emotionally and intellectually. While some people live externally, you live internally, and that inner life is vast. This is why people like you often become writers, designers, thinkers, problem solvers, or visionaries. Even if you haven't expressed it yet, your mind is constantly working beneath the surface. Solitude didn't empty you. It expanded you. Fifth strength, you're comfortable standing apart. Psychology shows that people who can tolerate social isolation tend to have higher psychological autonomy. You don't need to belong to feel real. You don't follow crowds just to feel safe. You can stand alone without collapsing into self-doubt. That's powerful, because the ability to stand apart is what allows growth, originality, and leadership. Even if you don't see yourself as a leader, you have the core trait, independence of mind. Most people fear being alone because it threatens their identity. You faced that fear, and you survived it. That gives you a quiet strength that doesn't announce itself, but it lasts. Now, this doesn't mean loneliness never hurts. It can. Wanting connection is human. But lacking friends does not mean lacking worth, warmth, or social ability. In many cases, it means you haven't found people who resonate with your depth yet. Or you're in a season where growth is happening inwardly, not socially. Here's the truth psychology rarely says out loud. Some people are built for depth before connection. And when connection eventually comes, it's richer, more honest, and more aligned because of the time spent alone. If you have no friends, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are not invisible. You are developing strengths most people never slow down long enough to build. And if this resonated with you, if it put words to something you've always felt but never heard validated, you're not alone in that either. Subscribe for more calm, honest insights into personality, psychology, and the hidden strengths beneath misunderstood traits.